The iPhone 7 was unveiled, Pokémon Go updates are coming soon, and pocket-sized DJI drones might be coming? That's what I like. Hello again guys, and welcome back to this series that I try to do every week where I talk about all of the things that I found in the news related to tech and science and VR and drones and 360 and cameras and stuff that I like. To get started, of course, obviously this week Apple had their event, the iPhone 7 launch event. At this event, as you might expect, the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus were unveiled. They look like actually pretty decent looking devices. Somewhat minor updates to the 6S and 6S Plus, but still updates. New camera, faster processor, higher minimum storage, 32 gigs of minimum storage, 128 and 256 are the other options. Nice new colors. The jet black though, I would say avoid that because supposedly this jet black shiny piano black finish scratches super easily and loads of fingerprints. It's kind of like buying another Samsung device. And I will be the first to go ahead and admit it, I did go ahead and pre-order an iPhone 7. I did not go for the 7 Plus. If you do choose to go for the 7 Plus, what you're going to get extra with that is a larger battery, a larger screen, and a second rear-facing camera. The same original rear-facing camera, it's a 28mm lens with an f1.8 aperture, capable of 4K video, which is awesome. Sort of just like the one from the iPhone 6S and 6S Plus, but new and improved and better. And in the case of the 7 Plus, it actually has that second camera that's a 56mm lens. It's f2.8, so you get the 1x, the normal video you'd get from the 28mm lens. Then you tap a little button, you get 2x optical zoom. Optical's always going to be better than digital, and you can actually digital zoom beyond that up to, I think, 10x. I could not justify paying the additional price for a larger phone because I really don't usually like larger phones, so I pre-ordered the iPhone 7. I'm going to be getting it next week, and you guys will be the first to see it, of course, aside from me. With the unveiling of the iPhone 7, they also unveiled they don't have a headphone jack in it. Nobody was surprised by that, but of course, to work around that, they're providing lightning-connected earpods. They're also going to be selling AirPods. They're basically earpods where they've cut off the wire, so you've got the earpod sticking out, comes down to about here. It's completely wireless. They work for about 5 hours on a charge, kind of like some of the wireless headsets I've looked at recently, except they have that weird little sticky out part. And then you've got a carrying case that helps pair everything up to the phone, and the carrying case keeps it charged for 24 hours, meaning 24 hours of usage, not just it stays charged for a day. But those are $160, and that might be a little bit much. But one way or another, they are coming in October. They're not going to be available next week like the new iPhones are, so you got time to think about it. They also unveiled a new update to the Apple Watch. Apple Watch Series 2 is coming. It's got waterproofing, it's got a built-in GPS, it has a dual-core processor, so it should work a little bit better. I didn't try the original Apple Watch, which they're now calling Series 1, and they've also updated that to have a dual-core processor. From what I heard about the original one, the battery life was kind of terrible. But then again, a lot of smartwatches' battery lives are kind of terrible, so I don't know. Either way, it is very interesting looking. If you're into that kind of thing, if you've got the Apple devices and you want an Apple Watch, it's going to be available on September 16th, just like the iPhone 7. But the thing that's actually got me even thinking about it, one or the other, the Series 1 or Series 2, is the next announcement they made. They brought the CEO of Niantic Labs out on stage at the event, and he unveiled that Pokémon Go is officially coming to the Apple Watch. It's not coming to Android Wear yet, it could come to it eventually, but from the Apple Watch, as soon as they make the update available, which is going to be sometime, as it is with Niantic, you're going to be able to hatch eggs, you're going to be able to spin Pokestops, you're going to be able to find nearby Pokemon just using the watch, and when they pop up, it'll tell you the wild Snorlax has appeared, and you can pull your phone out and actually interact with it. And I don't think I've mentioned that here. I've been playing Pokemon Go an awful lot with my 7-year-old. He loves the game, I love the game. It's just a lot of fun, and it's a way to get us out and about and doing something together that's not sports. And while I'm not going to say 100% that yes, because Pokemon Go is coming, I'm planning to buy an Apple Watch, but I am definitely considering it as that is part of the reason. The other parts of the reason just being that it's supposedly excellent for fitness, it's excellent for notifications and for interacting with the iPhone, because I will have an iPhone here as well. Not leaving Android or anything, still planning to pick up the Pixel when it becomes available. I'm actually rocking the OnePlus 3 in my pocket right at the moment, and I've got the Pebble Time 2 coming sometime soon as well. So there's going to be a lot of just varied tech on the channel moving forward. But Pokemon Go coming to the Apple Watch. Fun stuff there. If you are not interested in picking up the Apple Watch, the Pokémon Go Plus accessory is going to be going on sale apparently on September 16th as well. It's only $35 and it's a little teeny tiny, what looks like a Pokeball with a little point on the end of it. It's going to vibrate, it's going to have lights, it has a button. It just notifies you when you've hit a Pokestop. You can spin the Pokestop from it. You can throw balls at Pokemon while you find them without having to pull your phone out. Bluetooth accessory, 35 bucks, that may be the better option. I'm definitely going to try to pick one of those up. So be on the lookout for that at the end of next week. And apparently the next major update to Pokemon Go is going to add in a buddy system. They've been doing updates here and there, but this one could be a real game changer for a lot of people. When you find that rare Pokemon in the wild, you worry that you're never ever going to see another one like it again. And so what do? Well, this buddy system will allow you to travel with the Pokemon. So basically you have it out all the time with you, and while you're walking, you get credit for walking with that Pokemon, for training them as it were. So you get either candies to help evolve them or some other form of reward. Candies being the one that would be really useful. So one way or the other, sometime hopefully before the year is over, we'll get this update and the game itself will get a whole lot more interesting, I think. Moving away and on to other tech news though. The LG V20 has been made official as of this week. All the specs, all the information about it is available. I'm actually going to link to the Droid Life article because they were one of the most in-depth about it that I've seen so far. 5.7-inch QHD display though, 4 gigs of RAM, Snapdragon 820, 64 gigs of storage, micro SD card slot, 2 rear-facing cameras, 3200 mAh battery with Quick Charge 3, Android 7 Nougat. Unfortunately not available in the US at the moment. And when it does become available, just because of the size of it, I'm probably not going to be picking one up myself, but the LG V10 was really well received by the people that bought it. So I really look forward to hearing what people say about this one. The audio quality, it has quad DACs built into it, which are, audio stuff, make it sound so much better. So there should be some really interesting stuff about that moving forward. I just will not be one of the people testing it. Another interesting device, Amazon has launched another Prime exclusive device. It is the $99.99 Moto G Play. In terms of the specs, they actually look kind of mid-range. It's a 5-inch 720p display, Snapdragon 410, 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of storage, but again, it's $100 and it has all of the Amazon stuff built into it. I tested out the Blue R1 HD. You may have seen the video about it. Not a bad little device. It was like $60. So to jump up to $100 to get a Motorola phone, that's not a bad deal in my opinion, and the ads really are not all that intrusive. It doesn't really hurt anything to have them on there. So if you're in the market for a new phone, this one may be worth taking a look at. It's not going to be ultra high-end flagship anything. It's going to be very much budget level phone, but sub $100, definitely interesting. In other tech news, the Raspberry Pi has officially rolled over 10 million units. I think at this point I've actually got the Raspberry Pi 1, 2, and 3. I don't have the 0. I'm using the Raspberry Pi 2 as a server right now. That's where all of the news stories that I talk about, I pull them all together in my RSS reader from the Raspberry Pi, so very cool to see them make this level of success. And they're celebrating, according to OMG Ubuntu, with a new starter kit. The official Raspberry Pi starter kit is now available, 99 pounds, comes with a Raspberry Pi 3, an 8 gig SD card, a case, a power supply, HDMI cable, mouse and keyboard, and a copy of Adventures in Raspberry Pi Foundation Edition, a small book. Realistically speaking, you can get the Raspberry Pi plus a case for about $40, and most of the rest of the things most people are probably going to have already, so 100 pounds versus $40. I'm gonna leave that one up to you. If you want to help them celebrate though, that is available over on Element 14, and I'm sure it'll be available in other places around the world soon. So congratulations, Raspberry Pi. Moving on to like cameras and VR and drones and stuff, a company called Insta360 has jumped out of the woodwork at IFA last week. It is kind of like a little ball that you attach to your phone, and I think they actually make one for both Android and iOS. Let's see, Insta Air 360, it's an Android HD camera, so it does HD, VR, and panoramic stills and videos. There's the Insta360 4K, which has 2 ultra-wide fisheye lenses built into it, and it does 4K video. They apparently have already released an Insta360 Nano camera. It plugs into the iPhone Lightning port, as I mentioned just a minute ago, and it's $220. So hopefully these 2 new ones that they've released, their Android-based one, are going to be in that same sort of a price range. If that's something that you're into, links to all that down below. There was a new VR game talked about over on Engadget called Chainsaw Simulator. There's simulators for everything at this point. I think I actually ended up purchasing, I haven't even tried it yet because of the broken foot. I purchased a game recently called Pain in the Glass where you are a window washer in VR. But this new one they mentioned over on Engadget, it's not Chainsaw Simulator. It looks like it's called Husqvarna Lumberjack, and it's a VR chainsaw lumberjack simulator. So if you've ever wanted to live that kind of lifestyle, maybe you're just not that burly lumberjack type, now you can do that in VR. Very interesting news here. Epson and DJI have apparently connected now. Quite a while back I made a video about Epson's connected goggles, where it basically gives you a tablet UI up in front of your face so you can see what's going on. They've taken that same kind of technology, the updated version of it, the BT300, and they've paired it up with the DJI Phantom, presumably the 4, but probably also the other ones, so that you can see what your drone is seeing in the AR, the augmented reality overlay display, while you're flying it. So you can, change your vision to see in a distance, and then also look back at what footage you're capturing. without having to look down at a screen. You're just looking at it the whole time. Possibly more safe, possibly more dangerous. Something I would definitely love to check out, but I've got the BT200. I've not tried out the BT300 Epson goggles yet. Either way, they are still a really cool proof of concept. They're a really interesting and innovative idea. I'm waiting for them to be slimmed down a little bit more. More DJI news though. DJI is apparently making a Mavic drone. This is still a rumor, it's still a leak, but some photos of it have leaked out, and this is a folding, portable, little small, not pocketable or anything, but much smaller, much easier to carry around than the existing Phantom series drone. I don't think there's any more information about it other than just a few leaked photos, but if that's a thing that happens, if DJI goes in that direction, very cool stuff. Slap that into a backpack, you're good to go. There were also some hints that apparently came out from a DJI executive that they may be making pocket-sized camera drones. For quite a little while now, you've had pocketable little nano quadcopters like this that have cameras on them, but they're not good. In my opinion, if DJI came at it, they could probably do some really amazing things, so very interested to see where they go with that. And actually, I think that's where I'm going to wrap things up for today. Lots of stuff covered here. The video went way longer than I anticipated. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Links to everything that I talked about can be found down in the description as usual. Make sure to click the like button if you like this video, and subscribe to this channel to get notified when any new updates go up, be it news videos or device updates, device reviews, anything like that. There's going to be a lot of videos moving forward, so subscribe to get notified. You can click the little notification marker to get notifications on your phone or your tablet or whatever, and follow the channel. I definitely appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you're having a great weekend, and I'll see you again next time.